Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to a new episode of Stats of the Day. Today is game week 3. It's the second episode as we started last week. Thank you very much everyone who attended last week and also the feedback that I've got from last week. Taking on board, we've made a few changes to the stream, to the content, so hopefully you like it more this time. Also, we will go through some Q&As at the end. See how you're feeling, guys. I haven't had my best game week so far. I haven't had a good start to the season either. I think I'm on course for the worst start ever, but it's game week 3, so no rush yet. How is everyone doing? Can you tell me if the sound, the camera is fine in the chat? Alright, so let me know if the voice is good so we can kick off. And I want to say hello to the people in the chat. Hello Omar, hello Paul, Patrick, Sashin, PJN, Najib, Asif. Welcome everyone. And yeah, let's start. So we have 6 matches today. We will go through, and here we go. So what I did this time, I made a few changes to last time. So instead of having the score and the XG for each team, I thought it would be more interesting to put on the result of the game and stand out statistics from that game, and then we're gonna make the same comparison per each defender, per defenders, midfielders and forwards and so on. So we will start the first kickoff match, or the first game of the match was the Tottenham Hotspur against Wolverhampton. A tiny win for Spurs. Wolves have been slightly better the first half. Overall, the game was really like it's a 1-0 game. We always thought that would be the case. Perisic has had the start that everyone was waiting for, and he walked away with the 12 points. So that was massive, and he looked really good. He has accumulated an XGI of 0.59, and he delivered an assist to Harry Kane, who scored the only goal for the match. A total XGI was 1.07, so he almost got what he deserved this game, which is very good for the owners if you still have him. I know many have made the switch already to Haaland in game week 2, so if you stick with Kane, then very well done. And yeah, FPL Sparta, everything is good. Thank you very much. Bernard, James, all good. Perfect. And also let me know if you can see the text very well. I try to make it as big as I can, but let me know if it still seems slow, and it could be on mobile or so. So let me know so I can try and make it bigger for the next time. Hopefully it's it's readable. So let me know. Alright, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. Aston Villa continue to struggle at the start of the season. Palace have played really well. Zaha was the star of the show with 2 goals, penalty miss, a yellow card, and 3 bonus points. So he has been in his own game basically. And some people like myself have sold Bailey this week, and of course you get the troll. So he starts, he delivers the assist, but overall as a team, they haven't had a good game. Bailey himself had an XGI of just 0.11. Eze was another player that stood out from the match with 3 chances created. And if I'm not wrong, he had a great chance created which I think Mateta has missed. That could have been a brilliant assist as well. So he's 5.5. Someone I've looked at last week. But I went to some other player which I will mention because he was so desperate to get a goal. He killed me this game. So I'll talk about him. I still think he will come good in the next couple of game weeks, but let's see. Next game is Fulham and Brentford. This is quite a festive game of goals. Andreas Pereira, who warmed so many benches, has got an assist from this match with a total XGI of 0.33. He has, I think it's locked in already, but he has been on 3 bonus points, so I think it's likely that he will keep that. Mitrovic with a stunning 5 shots on target in this match, 4 big chances missed. I always say that Mitrovic is the only essential player from game week 1 to game week 6, and then he might never score again. But it seems he's on course to do that one more time. So if you have Mitrovic, then very, very well done. I guess he's a very, very differential player to have, and he looked very good. Tony is someone else. He's been performing. I criticize his price, and he's been doing well. 1 goal from this match with an XGI of 0.65, so he's done well for himself. Overall, a game of 5 goals. That's great. That's great to see. And then here is my guy. I have sold Bailey. I had 4.5 million in the bank, and I wanted to take a punt on Gordon. And the reason is that he has so many shots in the last couple of game weeks. He's been playing in a false 9 and a winger, so he's been like a kind of a talisman for the team without Calvert-Lewin. So I took a punt on him, and everything has gone well except the goal. Basically, 5 shots on target, 3 chances created, a 93rd minute 1-1 miss, an XGI of 0.86. And all I got was the yellow card, 1 point. So it was really horrific. But nevertheless, he had stood out. He had a good match in himself. Overall, the Everton struggle. Nottingham Forest have had a good start, I thought. And Henderson, someone I looked at during pre-season, he has made 7 saves. He was on course for a clean sheet, but that was gone by Demarai Gray. And Nico Williams again for the second match in a row has been very attacking. He has accumulated another XGI of 0.29 at 4.0. I think he's someone that would be really tempted as a 5th defender to keep if you really wanna load up more funds up front. But of course the 5 at the back is very popular, but if you look for a 4 at the back and an enabler for 4.0, it's Nico Williams. We will speak about Saliba from Arsenal in a minute at 4.5. He has scored 2 bonus points, 14 points is great. But for now, Nico Williams again 4.0. I think he's a good pick for his price. Of course, depending the formation and what is the strategy you're gonna play with, 5 at the back or you go heavy up front. Leicester City and Southampton. A late comeback from Southampton by Che Adams, who came on as a sub. Very effective. 3 goal attempts, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Against whom? Against the very popular pick, Ward. He had yet another poor game with an XG prevented of a -1.5. And that means that he conceded 2 goals, while statistically saying that he should have conceded only 0.5 of a goal. And that says a lot. He had now accumulated a -2.8 in the last 2 matches. So he almost conceded 3 more goals than when he should have conceded. And I started to question whether we really need to take a transfer and ship him out for another goalkeeper. I really think that it's something on the cards for myself at least. Bournemouth and Arsenal, 3-0 to Arsenal. Odegaard was the star for today with an XGI of 0.74, 2 shots on target, 1 big chance created, and Martinelli had yet a better game than Saka with 4 goal attempts, big chance missed with 1, and sorry, but Bournemouth didn't offer much today, so there was no one stood out from Bournemouth. Saka has again disappointed, and he might be on a shopping block. Even against Fulham next, I might go to Martinelli because I don't have him still. So yeah, um, any thoughts on this? Which players stood out for you as well? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy the stream, smash the like button, subscribe, and share it. Right. Okay. So after the Saturday matches report, let's go through each category as we did last week. And first, we will start with goalkeepers. Right. So for today's matches, we had 3, 6, 9, 12 keepers today. The best of them in terms of XG prevented. So basically, this table is sorted by the best goalkeeper in terms of XG prevented. And Martinez had the best XG prevented with 1.3, and that's largely with the penalty save, right? And then Jose Sa has been in the table last week as well. And he has yet accumulated 0.5 XG prevented, so he has outperformed again, and he's been doing this since last season as well. He's very good goalkeeper. Dean Henderson, I marked him in blue because he's someone caught my eye from the game against West Ham as well, with a clean sheet and his haul. And again, this game week has managed to make 7 saves, and I think he's the best 4-5 goalkeeper if you look for someone there in that category. And if myself gonna move on Ward, I think Henderson would be the one that's gonna replace him. It's kind of fixing my or going back to my pre-season draft where I had Henderson, Zinchenko, and Martinelli. It seems that I'm going back to what my draft looked like before game week 1. Dean Henderson had yet again a great game week as well. And then you look all the way down again. Ramsdale has had only 1 save, XG prevented 0.1. That basically says that he has been. He got what he should have got, basically. He didn't get tested, and he did not get considered goals. So that's what it means. And then the worst two goalkeepers for this game week is Bazono of Southampton with an XG prevented of -0.7. And the worst of the worst, yet again, sadly, is the FPL popular goalkeeper, Danny Ward, with a whopping XG prevented of -1.5. Yeah, nothing more to say on that. Defenders. Okay, the list of defenders for this match is a little bit slim. 6 matches did not include many top teams. The defenders didn't have a lot to show for, except for a few. We have also few defenders. It's really good to mention. Perisic, of course, we're not going to miss with Perisic. He had an excellent game, an XGI of 0.59, all of it from expected assists. So that tells me he didn't have a goal threat himself, but he has been accumulating a lot of chances to get assists. And that's something we'll just continue to get better. The question is now, is he finally ahead of Cecilian? We have to wait and see for Conte's comments. And as for him, he has done an excellent game. Next is Mbabu of Fulham. Now, Babu, I watched him from watching the Bundesliga, and he has played for Wolfsburg. He has been playing in multiple positions, in a right back, right wing back, even sometimes goes a right winger, and I think he can offer something. The problem is, I don't think Fulham will get many clean sheets this season, and therefore how much you can rely on a Fulham defender. Even at 4.5, even if it wasn't Babu, but nevertheless, it's important to mention that he he has done very well in terms of the game today. He has accumulated 0.38 expected of assists. And then it comes Nico Williams at 4.0 with another 0.29 of expected goal involvement. And I want to mention Ait Nouri because there was a lot of debate on Ait Nouri versus Johnny. And from what I've seen last 2 game weeks, statistically, Ait Nouri has been better. He has been getting more attempts for goals or assists. So he's someone you can keep an eye on when Wolves have a good run of games. And if you look for a 4.5 million option, then Ait Nouri should be in the list, in my opinion. And then Saliba, of course, with his goal. His goal came in from an XG of 0.1. So it was a really rare goal, but well done to the owners. Very well deserved. At 14 points is a massive one. Now, I think after 3 good solid performances, I think Saliba should be nailed for the next few weeks. The fixtures of Arsenal are getting just ridiculously good. And so I think the triple up is almost a must. I'm not gonna say it's a must. I'm gonna say it's close to be a must. And then Walker Peters from Southampton, he was also in the list for last week. He also popped up here this week. He didn't give a lot, but he is the best of the rest basically. And Southampton, they are not keeping clean sheets now, so I will just keep an eye, not more than that even. Any thoughts on the defenders, guys? Any thoughts on the defenders? Yeah, Henderson is a top goalkeeper. Yeah, indeed. Not sure I would pay 3 million for Ward. Yeah. Realistically speaking, yeah, me neither. Okay, Neto. I will go to the next section, which is midfielders. Okay, and before I go into midfielders, of course, if you are enjoying the stream so far, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe, the notification. If you don't like the stream, just also hit the like button anyway. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the Fantasy Football Scout YouTube channel. Okay, back to the midfielders. So we have a bigger list, and what's interesting about doing stats of the day for a specific game week is you sometimes get some names that don't come up often, and this is where I'm gonna mention a couple of names that maybe I don't like to discount people or players immediately, but there are a couple of players that showed up also the last game week, and maybe it's worth now keeping some eye on it. Now Zaha is it's nothing new. Zaha is a famous FPL asset with all his ups and downs. 7 million. Total chances created 3, goal attempts 3, shots on target 3, XGI 1.13. Excellent game for him. On penalties, he missed it, but he scored the rebound, and then yellow card, bonus points. So you see a lot of drama with Zaha, but nevertheless, it's he topped the list for today's matches. And then my guy, the 1-pointer guy, Anthony Gordon, 5.5 would have been decent if we get a goal from him, but you see, he also shooted the stats today with the 3 chances created, 6 goal attempts, 5 shots on target, and almost an XGI of a goal, exactly 0.86, and he did not get any return. So he extremely underperformed for today. Next couple of game weeks should be good for him on paper. Let's see if he does something. And then I hope I did it correct. The Cordova Reed. He is the one that he is on the list for the second week in a row. 5.5 as well. 2 chances created, goal attempts 1, and shots of target 1. And he accumulated an XGI of a quarter of a goal, so 0.75. Yeah, I don't know if I will get a full attacker. That sounds really strange. But he could be a punt when you get the right fixtures. Someone as well as started today. He's in the forwards list, but he might be an enabler for if you don't have a Greenwood or something, or you like a price to drop or so. So we will mention him in a few minutes in the forwards list. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about forward Fulhams because people or listeners will be saying, "Oh wow, you're gonna promote Fulham attackers." Right, Martinelli at 6.3. I don't know if he will be 6.5 by next weekend. I have to get him somehow. But he had another better game than Saka in terms of stats and goal attempts with 4, shots on target just the 1, and HGI of 0.4. Son, notably mentioning that Son hasn't had delivered as expected so far this season. At 11.9 now, he accumulated 0.34 expected goal involvement. And then our guy Andreas Pereira at 4.5. Look at this. Look at this. 4 chances created, 1 big chance created, shots on target 2, and HGI of 0.33. For a 4.5, that's amazing. That's amazing. Question is whether we have to consider starting him. Well, that would be a next level, right? The new Wolves signing, Gonzalo Guedes, at 6 million. He's at 6 million, and he looked really good. He looked really good, very active, very lively. 5 goal attempts. Yeah, the shots just 1 on target. The HGI was not that great either, just the 0.22. So he took shots, but with low quality shots. That's why the HGI is relatively low compared to the total number of attempts. But as far as I've seen in the formation and in game, he looked like almost as a second striker as well. He's playing more front, and where Neto was, I don't know what was he playing, a right wing back or a right wing or so. So if that continues, now Jimenez is back, so we have to see how the lineup will be with all of them almost fit up front. But Guedes could be an option if you look for that price bracket, but I don't think it's really the time yet. But he might be for the next future. And Saka, finally, I had to find him in the list, in the long list of midfielders to add him. He hadn't had a great game, just the 0.19 HGI, just the 1 goal of attempt and none. It's not even shot on target, so that was not great. 2 chances created, but again, if you compare to Martinelli, plus almost now 1.7 difference, it's Martinelli without a doubt. Patrick, yeah, Guedes was kind of an out of position, yeah, but whether that will continue, it's just 1 game, so it's really hard to say that he is out of position. But today he was kind of that, yeah, indeed. And you have Jimenez, you have Juan also, you have Neto, Podence. So it's really a list of attacking players they have. So I will keep an eye on him. He just started with Wolves, so it will take time for him. Everton must sign a striker, which should boost Gordon's chances of assists. Yeah, that's if not. If Gordon didn't sign for Chelsea, I don't know where is it with the rumors, but I think Everton need to load up on new signings indeed. The new boy in the middle is top class with strengthening team massively, meaning Neto should get more chances. Patrick, yeah, I think you mean Nunes, right? Yeah, he was great. Saka. Sell or keep? Oh my goodness. If it wasn't for Fulham, I would say sell whatsoever. Now with Fulham, it's really a big deal. But if it enables you to go to some bigger upgrade, then maybe I myself find it more easier, a bit easier decision to make because I don't have Martinelli. And I don't have an Arsenal defender or a third pick in general. So selling Saka to Martinelli, for example, yeah, much of muchness, but it allows me to go to one of the defenders at the back, which I don't have any, neither Ramsdale. Then it might be justified move, especially if it was for free. So yeah, still think Neto is best at 5.5. Yeah, could be. Could be. I haven't seen much to say that he is, but the list is slim. We're talking about Eze, we're talking about the Cordova Reed, Gordon. So the list itself is not massive, right? It's not exciting that much. People either start from Martinelli and above, or go all the way to Da Silva and Pereira. Nothing much in between as of now. We hope that there's a bandwagon that can shake things off a bit. All right. So lastly, forwards. Yes. Okay. One more time, Mitrovic tops the list with an XGI of 1.39, 8 goal attempts, 5 shots on target, big chances missed with 4. That's incredible. And Harry Kane comes next with 4 goal attempts and XGI of 1.07. He scored a goal, so he exactly got what he deserved in terms of stats. He delivered the goal. And Ivan Toney at 7.1, he has got a goal from an XGI of a 0.65. And then if you look at the Che Adams, he scored 2 goals from 2 shots on target and an XGI of just 0.56, which means that he has outperformed by 1.44. Yeah, that's not great, right? And then here is a guy that I've seen him starting today, and that's why I picked him in the list, is Stansfield. At 4.5 million, he is listed as a forward, but I believe he played somewhere in the right side, on as a right winger or so. He had an okay game. I mean, it's just it's the 0.26 AGI, two goal attempts. None of it is on target. But if you are on an early wild card, obviously I don't have the circumstances for him to start. I mean, if there is a player injured out or so check that out. But if you look for an enabler 4.5 striker for a wild card as a fodder, there is Stansfield. Could be just a slightly better option than Greenwood. But yeah, I'm not saying that he is a page you have to buy or you have to start him, not at all. It's just that an alarm. A 4.5 forward has started today, so might be just worth mentioning anyway. Oli Watkins at 7.4. He had just 1 shot on target today. It was the goal. And then Gabriel Jesus. Let's talk about Jesus. How many of you guys have captained him today? I was really close to captain him today. I had him captain all week, and then I switched back to Salah. So who captained Jesus, and are you disappointed? You must be, right? Did he have man of the match again today? Yeah, it's just statistically wise, he had accumulated only 0.13. I think Odegaard would be man of the match, right, with his brace and really top game. Anyway, today was the game for Odegaard. It wasn't for Gabriel Jesus. He got just the 4 points. He got a yellow card. So for the captaincy, not the greatest of the news, right? Captain Kane, so better off by 2 points. I think Kane has got 7, right? But yeah, 2 or 3 points is not a big deal. Vice captain, I was going to do Jesus, then Martinelli, since City took advantage of that left flank, then settled on Salah. Oh wow, okay. So Salah it is, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, hard luck if you captain Jesus. I think he on paper Bournemouth was a great game. He should have got something from it. Right. So with that being said, I think here it is. So that's the content that I have for you today. Let me know what you think. I appreciate the feedback. Again, it's just a second episode, so I'm really happy to take the feedback as well every time, even if it's 200 episodes. Let me know what you think, and this time I will do some Q&As. I know it's really early, but if you have a question about some player from today or a move you're thinking of initially, it's still a long way to go. Still Sunday matches, still the whole week full of news. Um, so yeah, let me know. Let me know if you have some questions. Nearly Captain Kane took a hit to get him in this week. Didn't have enough to keep Haaland. Brought Kolo in too. Okay, so Kulusevski, he did not return today, but it's really good to feel like you have a Spurs cover for the next round of games, right? Next game week will be Forest away. Forest has been showing strength, especially at home, from the first game at home. I saw him during the preseason. They are kind of a team that they keep things tight. They don't open up to like a festival, 3-4 goals a game. But it's really a small sample. It's just the friendlies in preseason. But if you look at the West Ham game, Everton game, it's just 1-0, 1-1 game. So while I think having a Spurs attacker is good, I don't know if I'm gonna go captain once somewhere there, but let's see. Neto, who to transfer Neto out for? Okay, you have 2 free transfers. Well, let's go back to the list of midfielders. Here it is. So at this price, there are not many, right? Especially from this game week who stood out. Gordon is still by far the best at the moment from this game week. He did not return, but you have to watch for the news if he moves to Chelsea. Who else? Gabriel Martinelli, 6.3. I think he is by far the best. I acknowledge that. Otherwise, you have to go down to Pereira, right? Or Da Silva or Reed. You can take a punt on Eze, but I think their fixtures next couple, I don't have the list of games. Let me have a look. Who are Palace playing next week? So Palace are facing Man City. Definitely not ideal to buy for next week. But then they are home to Brentford. And then the game after is going to be, I can't see. Yeah, just 1 second, guys. I'm getting. Yeah, and then they have a Brentford at home, and Newcastle away, Man United at home, Brighton away. So the next, after Man City, we have reasonable games. 4 very reasonable games, to be honest. So it could be Eze is a pick. KDH. Leicester overall are not impressing at all, right? KDH has been probably the best Leicester player with Madison, but then Tielemans is not in the right mind to play. Fofana is not in the right mind to play. Ward is not doing anything in goal. So the team overall is very imbalanced, I think. But he could be still. If you look at the fixtures for... Let me bring it up. Fixtures for Leicester. Then you have a Chelsea away, Man United at home. So not the best ones, for sure. And then a Brighton, Villa, Tottenham and Forest afterwards. So maybe in game week 6, where you would think that KDH is the best for that price bracket. 5 million defender, Danish. Okay, let's go. So 5 point. If you look for 5.0, I think Arsenal, if you don't have any yet, Saliba, Gabriel, if you still really have that superstition of Saliba being nailed or not, then Gabriel is a safe bet still. Otherwise, I would try and stretch to Perisic at 5.4, pending the news, pending the comments, which I think it will always be tricky. But with his performance today, I think he has got a decent chance of starting again in game week 4. And then Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri is playing well. And if you look at the next games, they have a Newcastle at home, Bournemouth away, Southampton at home. So it's really, really good run of games. 3 games at least. And then you can swap him or you bench him for Liverpool, City and West Ham. Or even a wild card by game week 7. It's going to be most likely an early wild card. Yeah. So these are a couple of options, I think. Lost value on Robertson. I see Perisic dropped 2. I could save 1.5. I think, like, I'm a permanent bullish on Robertson. And one of the areas that I can really improve the mess up in my midfield with Neto and Bailey and then Gordon is to either downgrade Saka or downgrade Robertson. And if I have to make one of those decisions, I will still downgrade Saka. If you look at Liverpool, yes, they haven't kept any clean sheet yet. But the games are from next game week. It's Bournemouth at home, and Newcastle at home, Everton away, and Wolves at home. Like really 3 home games, and Everton away, which in the current circumstances are not at their best. So if they turn things around, I can really see 4 clean sheets out of 4, 3 at minimum, plus attacking returns. So I'm just gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna keep him, and then they face Chelsea in game week 8, Arsenal in 10, and Man City in 11, and West Ham in 12, game week 12. If by that time they don't keep clean sheets, we go early wild card, I might be tempted to drop one of a Trent or Robo. But I don't think it's enough. We have enough yet to justify the sale. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna end the stream here. Here we go. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in, and really appreciate your time and coming in here and chatting with us. Hope you liked the content. Let me know your comments. Again, if you haven't liked or smash the like button, please, so we can get maximum reach. I'll be back next weekend with another episode for game week 4. Here is your host Karam for Stats of the Day.